Hi guys, welcome back to the farm. Today we're getting ready to make our own seed starting soil mix. Now there's a lot of stuff you can go to your local retail outlet chain and buy as seed starting soil, or you can do what I do, and that's buy the ingredients to make your own soil, and it's actually a better soil. So let's go ahead and get that project started right now. For this mix, we're only going to use 4 ingredients. They're all relatively inexpensive for the amount of soil that you're getting. I don't recommend buying the bag stuff called seed starter because you don't really have control over what they put in it and the good organic ingredients versus the fillers. So what I've got here is I got some vermiculite, I got some perlite, I got some peat moss, and then we have some worm castings. And that worm castings is basically worm poop, and that's gonna be probably the most left out ingredient out of all of those seed starting mixes if you were to buy a bag of seed starting mix. So we're gonna go ahead and mix up equal parts of the peat moss, vermiculite, and perlite, and then we're gonna add in some of them worm castings to that soil mix, get it all mixed up, and then we're gonna go ahead and stick those on little pots and then see how many more pots we gotta buy, because we got a lot of seeds. It's timing is everything. When you start seeds, it's all about timing. Typically you'd start them in February or March. We're right at the end of March, so we're a little bit late, but I wanted to start a little later this year because typically what I do is just direct seed in the spring, which would be like in April. And for whatever reason, the past couple years, we've been getting hit with a late frost sometime in April, and it's been bad enough. I'll show you a little trick maybe in another video, but we do have some, actually I'll go ahead and tell you in this video. We have some black walnut trees, and then we have some pecan trees, or pecan trees, however you want to pronounce that, however you prefer, it's up to you, I don't really care. But the black walnut trees, once they start budding, that's typically a good sign that the frost is over. So as you can see right now, they're not budding. They probably will in a few more weeks. We do have the pecan trees that are already budding over there, and we're just waiting on those to start budding, the black walnut trees. And once they do, that pretty much lets you know the danger of a garden killing frost has passed. So we do have some lettuce, some bok choy, some arugula, and all the cold weather tempered plants out there in the raised beds right now, and they're doing fantastic. But we want to start a jump start on the rest of the vegetables that we're going to be growing this year. A bunch of tomatoes, beets, what else do we have? A bunch of peppers. I love growing peppers. Peppers are so much fun. I don't waste my time with bell peppers. They don't produce enough for me to warrant taking up that much space in the garden. So anyway, let's go ahead and start mixing up this soil. All right, now that we have all 3 parts of the vermiculite, the perlite, and the peat moss mixed up, it's just 3 parts, equal parts, 1 to 1 to 1. And then we're gonna sprinkle about 1/3 of this 12-pound bag, so only about 3 pounds, maybe 4 pounds, I can't do math. 3 or 4 pounds of the earthworm castings, which is basically worm poop. It's just an organic addifier to that composting soil. So let's go ahead and sprinkle that on, about 3 or 4 pounds worth, and then we'll mix all that in. Then we're gonna wet things down and start filling up seed trays. Look at that. Now look how much soil we got to make to fill all those containers with just 4 shovel scoops worth of each product, and look how much we still have left. So that's how little you have to spend total price wise. This bag of peat moss was like 12 bucks, and each of these other bags were like 20. So we're up to $60 to $70, and we still have a ton, probably 3 to 4 times the amount that we put in the pots that we could still make and build more seed starting trays and all that stuff. So it doesn't have to be expensive. Use your head, save the money, buy the ingredients, which goes to kind of the notion of doing a garden to begin with. You're doing it so you don't have to buy products that are sold in the supermarket that don't nourish you. They don't feed you. They don't leave you feeling full and satisfied, because they don't really have anything in them. They're shipped from other countries all year round. They don't have any flavor, and that's kind of the whole point in doing your garden, is so that you can grow your own ingredients to make the stuff that tastes wonderful. So enough rambling, let's get back to it. Here's the squash seeds, and what you want to do when you go to plant these, you want to point them down. The sprout will come from the rounded end, the roots come from the pointed end. Typically you want to put about 2 to 3 seeds per hole, and we're going to try to maximize that as much as possible. So I'll take about no more than 2 seeds per tray, and then we'll see what kind of germination we get from that. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a car channel. Why are you showing gardening stuff? I think it goes hand in hand. I like to build stuff. I like to make things happen. And I think gardening and living that type of lifestyle is part of it. Plus, I get asked literally on a weekly basis how I do not only certain things in the shop, but financially, how do I afford them? How did I plan for these things? And this is a lot of it. I don't spend a lot of my money on things. I don't spend a lot of my money on food. I grow it because we have the space. We live this lifestyle because it's a lot cheaper than living in a city environment and things like that. Plus we get to do the shop stuff, and we get to get away with a lot more freedoms out here in the country than you would in a city or urban environment. So that's a lot of it. If you don't like the garden stuff, that's fine. Click the thumbs down button. Let me know you don't like it, and maybe I'll do this on a different channel. But I think it does go hand in hand. I think there are certain lessons to be learned, whether it be in the shop, in the yard, in the garden, or on the farm. So if you do like this stuff, let me know by clicking the thumbs up button. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. We're going to show you more of the farm stuff, garden stuff, building, growing, all of that stuff straight from scratch. That's how I do things around here. So if you do like to enjoy that kind of stuff, that's what this channel is all about. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to reply as quickly as possible. I appreciate you guys as always, and until next time, thanks for watching this one.